In today's video, I want to talk to you about scalp micropigmentation and its undetectable, natural looking results. My name's Will Quay. I'm a clinical trichologist and specialist scalp micropigmentation artist, helping you guys that are struggling with hair loss. Fun fact, did you know that I actually say that verse every single time I shoot a video? It's not pre-recorded, it's real shit. So yeah, as the title suggests, today in this video, I want to show you some scalp micropigmentation results from our clients here at Scalp Nation, and in particular, I want to show you how undetectable and natural these results can look. We get inquiries daily, we're on consultations daily, and one of the most common questions that I get asked is, will it look natural? Will anyone notice, you know? And if you spoke to me before, I say this again, like pretty much on repeat, you're never going to completely 100% trust me, because you've not sat in the chair and had it done. My clients that have had it done will vouch for me, and they'll say, honestly, I've had it done now, or I'm on the journey and everything Will has said has come true and he was right all along. But it takes you, you know, having that leap of faith to get to that point before you fully believe what I'm saying. But honestly, people come to us because that is exactly what we do. We're in the business to produce undetectable, natural results. We're not into doing these like cookie cutter, paint your scalp completely dark black and you looking like a bowling ball, or you've got a swimming cap on. That's not the look we're going for. The look we're going for is no one even knows you've had it done. And it may sound mad that you're making an investment into something that no one's going to notice, but that's the whole point. You know, it's just natural beauty, right? People are just gonna look at you and you're gonna look like fresh, but they won't know why. Like, that's the flex. Like, that is it. That is where it's at. And it's important that whilst I'm telling you this now, that when you actually do go to get your scalp micropigmentation done, whether it's me or someone else, hold on to that tight. Hold on to these words that I'm telling you, that it's got to be undetectable. You know, don't push the boundaries too much. Just be happy with the fact that I've got my hairline in and it looks so much better and no one's noticed. Don't try to push it and go, can we go a bit darker? Can we do this? Can we do that? You don't want to overshoot the mark, you know, and it's about me holding your hand to get you to that point, and then it's about me holding you back when you get a little bit too greedy, because some of you guys out there get a bit greedy, you know what I mean? And you know you are, but I'm only telling you this because I've got your best interests at heart. I want to be here in 15, 20, 25 years time still doing what I'm doing today, and in order for me to do that, I can't be giving you bogus bullshit advice. It's got to be straight down the line, completely transparent. Listen, I had a guy in today, right? Hence why I'm shooting this video. So I don't know when this video is going out, but I thought, hang on a minute, I've got time to shoot a video. And this is just me shooting from the hip, like being absolutely 100% honest with you. He had his SMP done by someone else. I'm going a little bit off topic. I am going to get back to undetectable results, but let me just tell you this for now. He had his SMP done by someone else. So we often get clients that come in from other clinics that want us to do top-ups or change your SMP. Now, he came in, he booked it, he's paid his deposit, he's come in and he kept his hair at a little bit of a length, but I shaved it down for him in the clinic. And as soon as I shaved it down, put a little bit of anti-shine on his scalp to get that shine away, he looked at himself and was like, wow, like, that looks really good. It's not looking like how I've been keeping it. And then I'm saying to him, like, look, I don't think you need a top up. Like, it looks good. Like, from where I'm standing, like, and I was a good sort of 6-10 feet away from him, like, I'm seeing it and it's looking like, it looks good. Like, you don't need the top up. And then he was quite dark skinned. And I said to him, look, honestly, we're going to do this top up and you might not notice too much going on. I want you to be happy. I don't want you to be walking away going, I've just paid for this and I can't really see what's going on. I can do it if you want it, but it's not going to make loads of difference because I still want to keep it undetectable and natural. So he ended up saying, thanks Will for your advice. I respect your advice. You've been truthful with me. You've been honest with me. And that's all I'm ever going to do. Like, I could have just gone, yeah, it'd be all right. Yeah, we just put it in there. You know, yeah, it's all right. You're here now. And then got paid. Listen, I'm not getting paid today now. Yeah. But it's not about that all the time. Like, you know, you just got to give the correct advice that's going to serve your clients long term. And now if that means me not eating today, that's fine, because he's happy, and that's all I ever want people to be, is happy. So yeah, I've shot off topic here a little bit, but I'm just saying, like, it's important to keep that undetectable look. I could have done a top up on him today, took the cash, and it might not have looked that great, and he might not have noticed, and it might not have looked that undetectable. I don't want that. It's not worth it. So just know that you're always going to get 100% honesty when it comes to anything that we do here at Scalp Nation. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about undetectable results and what the difference is in seeing or trying to achieve an undetectable result or an absolute bodged up piece of shit looking result, because there's loads of them out there. Let's be honest. So if you are considering SMP and want it done right, correctly, like one and done, then this video is for you. So what makes undetectable scalp micropigmentation, I hear you ask. So I'll start with, what does undetectable really mean? Now, I throw this word out there all the time because it's true, and you know, that is the key focus when I'm doing any of my treatments, is I want to make it as undetectable as possible. So good SMP should blend into your natural hair. Good SMP shouldn't be noticed by anyone when you're walking down the supermarket aisles, or at the gym, or at a show, or a restaurant. It should just be going unnoticed. Now, you might be in the market to look to invest into SMP to get it done for yourself. And you might go, yeah, but I've just never seen anyone that's had it done. Well, haha, you may well have seen people that have had it done, but you just might not have noticed because it's that good. The ones that you notice are usually the really bad ones. Now, let me pause for a minute. Now that you're in the market for SMP, you might start to notice it a little bit more. It's like buying a car, right? I want to go and buy a red Fiesta. All of a sudden, all I see on the road are red Fiestas, whereas before I never see them. So you might get that little bit of effect, but generally speaking, if it's good SMP, you won't know. Now, some of you know, or some of you may not know, that when I first started my SMP journey, I was at Creative Scalps. Now, I was an apprentice there. I still go there from time to time and do treatments. But let me tell you the story I'm trying to get to. Mark, who's the director of Creative Scalps, was in a coffee shop, right? And he was standing in line, and it so happened that one of my clients was in front of him. He didn't know it was one of my clients that I'd done, but he was standing in front of him. So the guy turns around and goes, "Mark, how you doing? It's me, X." And Mark's looking at him like, I don't know who you are. Like, you know, because it was one of my clients that I'd done there. He still didn't click. And then finally the penny dropped. He went, "It's me, X." And he went, "Oh, yeah, how you doing? And he went, yeah, I'm good. Like, you know, just a bit of a back and forth went. The point I'm making is that Mark was standing directly behind him in a queue in a coffee shop, and even he didn't notice how good, or he not even how good, he didn't notice that the guy in front of him had SMP, and he sees it every day. So like, I was buzzing with that, and again, it just reiterates my point of how SMP needs to be undetectable. So a few other things that contribute to the fact that trying to get undetectable SMP will be the shade that we match to match your existing hair follicles and your skin tone. More to do with skin tone, not so much hair follicles, but you know, that blend needs to be perfect. You need to create the correct density and spacing. Now, some people say like, oh yeah, you know, we do natural results, right? And they think a natural undetectable result is just giving yourself a receded shaped hairline, right? And I've explained in other videos, which you will find on the page, it's not always about the shape. In fact, it's nothing to do with the shape. It's to do with the finish. Now, so when I'm talking about density and spacing, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, when we finish our hairlines, they're like, you know what I mean? Like bang, like, you know, the density changes. I won't go into the technicality of how and why, but you'll notice that it doesn't look harsh. Now, you can have any hairline as long as it finishes nicely. Some people want more density at the tips than others. I personally would advise less always, but got to give the guys what they want. But, you know, to an extent, I won't do something that I feel uncomfortable and I think it's going to make you look like a twat, right? So the less the better, in my opinion. And another thing is, you know, the manipulation of laying the impressions down. If you notice, like, I'm quite unique in the way that I work. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's what I do, and I believe that that's what creates the depth And the undetectable look, it takes people off the scent. There's different sizes going on, different shapes, different shades, all these things like put together into a potion and downed is what makes it undetectable, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like if I did everything the same, uniform, nothing changes, it's just going to look like I've just got a massive stamp and just gone like, that's not what you want, man. You want to take people off the scent. Now, people's hair is not perfect. Like, so if I did it perfect, or if anyone did it perfect, it looks off. Like you're going to look at it and go, that ain't quite right. But these little tiny imperfections and, you know, one impression might be a little bit that way, a little bit this way, all those little things, that's what keeps people off the scent. You know what I mean? And the people that tell you like, oh no, this isn't how SMP should be done, it's because they can't fucking do it. That's why. It's because they can't fucking do it. Simple as that. I'm actually going to overlay right now what I'm talking about when I'm talking about that hairline and different shades and irregularity and the imperfections when it comes to the hairline. I'm just going to overlay that there for you now, so you can have a little look, and you'll understand what I mean. But if you want to see more results like that, you just jump on our socials, man. We got tons on TikTok, tons on Instagram, YouTube, our website, mate. Jump on the website. We put close-ups on every client case study. So actually, you know what? I'm going to show you more examples. I'm going to show you more examples today. So let's get into that. So here's my client now. I'm just going to drop that on there. This is when he first came into the clinic, right? So this is what he was dealing with. I'm going to overlay it if you can't really see that, but that's kind of what we're dealing with there. So yeah, he's Norwood 7, so he's got complete hair loss on the top and the crown, no hairline, and he has hair on his back and sides. I'll show you the second session healed. So this is after about a month, fully healed. Okay, so we've done 2 sessions on him, and this is what we're looking like. Like already, it's just tons different. Look at that. I mean, you can see what I'm talking about the hairline, how the density changes and it's soft, and you can't really see where I start and stop the hairline. You know, it looks natural. We've kept that scar in there. That's an actual scar that he got. You know, he's 6'6" or something like that, so he's constantly banging his head. But I actually think it looks good, and it takes people off the scent when it comes to the SMP. Anything like that, I think adds to it personally. So that's what he's looking like healed after 2 sessions, and you can just see how well it's blended and stuff like that. And now I'm going to show you after we finish the 3rd session. This is what he's looking like after the 1st session. We've just added that little bit of a darker shade, still kept the hairline nice and soft, just to give him a bit of future proof. So this is going to last him a couple of years before he requires to come back for a top up. Now he's quite fair skinned, so Irish descent, Irish blood, so skin's, you know, paler than most, and it's tough to work on. Do you know what I mean? It's probably one of the toughest skins you're going to work on. But you can see how we've like just absolutely executed. Do you know what I mean? Check out that smile. And this is what I'm talking about. That is totally undetectable. I'm smiling because this is what I want to do. This is why I do this, because I want you lot to be happy. Like this, the whole point of getting SMP done is not for you to worry anymore. Like not for you to, I know I've got a hat on, but I'm just addicted to hats. But I've actually got a full barnet, by the way, so it's not like I'm hiding anything. But you know, you don't want to have to wear that. You just want to just go about your business as normal. And you know, if you got a botch job or someone like really fucked up your scalp, you're just going to put you back a few steps. You don't want that. You want this, mate. This is what you want. Anyway, so this is a nice natural looking result. I thought I'd share that with you. I'm loving that one myself. Sweet. So client number 2 for the day is a chap that he hasn't got a Norwood 7, but what he's got is like a diffuse style of thinning. So he actually has got his hairline in. He's got hair on the crown, but he's started to lose it in the normal, typical male pattern, but a lot less. So it's what I call a diffuse thinning. So he's got hair all over, but thinner. So this is before we shaved it down, as you can see. But in order to do the treatment, I prefer to shave it down to anywhere between a 0.2 and a 0.4. It just allows me to get that level of detail in, because the devil's in the detail, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is him with his hair down. I'm either going to overlay it or drop it on there. I'll show you on there. This is him with his hair shaved down, so looks a lot better. You know, you can't notice it as much, but you can see it's there. So we get to work. Now with this style of treatment, you can actually grow your hair up a little bit because you've got that diffuse style. You've got hair surrounding it to be able to work with the SMP for the full overall effect. If you had a complete bald patch and hair around it, but there was an area that was completely bald, nah, you need to keep it short. But in this case, we was able to grow his hair back a little bit. So I'm going to show you what he looked like after the third session with the hair low. And then I'm also going to show you what he looked like healed 1 year, I believe, with his hair grown back at a little bit of length. This is him after his third session. Wow, look at that. Wow. So yeah, he's looking good. And we kept the hairline just undetectable. We didn't need to do much. The hairline was a little bit irregular. You know, it's not perfectly straight, but that's him. That's his hairline. So we keep it like that. We work with what we've got. And now, look, no one's clocking that. No one's looking at him going, yeah, mate, you had like that tattoo thing done. And you're having to be all defensive and like aggy and your armpits start to sweat and like it's all a little bit like weird. Like you don't need to do that. You can just go, well, you ain't gonna say nothing because no one's gonna say nothing. Do you know what I mean? So that's pucker. And now I'm going to show you what it looked like after he grew his hair back after about a year. So this is healed. There you go, check that out. So he's grown his hair back a little longer. That's after about a year. And the hair loss is just not as noticeable. So he's got what I call like a hybrid style treatment. Because we shaved it down at the beginning, he's now able to get that detail, that level of detail, so he can buzz it completely off and know he's in a good spot. Or he can just grow it up, have a play about of it. Up to him. Another great result done by moi. I'm happy. Yeah, I should be happy. This is good. This is what we want. Okay, so now I've rambled on a little bit about undetectable results. Now you're thinking, do you know what? I fucking fancy a bit of that. I'm gonna have a bit of that, and you want to know what the process looks like. Or stick around, this is exactly what I'm about to tell you. So this video might have been enough and you might just go, do you know what, we'll take my money, just get it done. I want you to make me look like that. And I'll go, sweet, we can do that. Or you can book a consultation. Now, you can find our details on our website. There'll be a form on there saying book a consultation. You can either book a video consultation or an in-person consultation. That's just if you've got more questions. You may not. We've got so much content on our YouTube platform and our website and our socials that it might be enough for you. But if you did want to speak to me directly, you can do so either by a video consultation or in-person consultation. Once we've done that and you're happy and you're comfortable and you want to go ahead, we take a little deposit. Once we've got the deposit, we'll then send you our next available dates. We always send all of the dates, so the first, the second and the third session, just so you can program your life around what's going to be happening with the treatment. Everyone knows where they are. You can see the timeline of when you're going to start to when you're going to finish. Just so you know briefly in this video, and I've said it in other videos before, but I'll tell you briefly now, we like to leave around 1 to 2 weeks gap between the first and the second session, and 3 to 4 weeks gap between the second and the third session. So around a 5 to 6 week period, you will be done and dusted. What happens in the sessions, now again, I've done a video on this called Trust the Process. I'm going to link it here. It's called Trust the Process. Please give that a watch. Take all the information in. If you're not sure about anything, please contact me and I'll explain it further. But it's so important to trust the process. In order to get those natural, undetectable looking results, you have to do it the way I explained. Now, the first session is going to be very open, very sparse. You might be thinking, is this right? You might be going on a Reddit forum or asking a mate, should this be right? Is this right? I'm not too sure. Trust me, I've done this hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times over. This is the way. There's no rush when it comes to your treatment. So the first session is very open. We see what's going on. The second session, and sometimes the third, that's where we start to build the density and the details in the hairline and the blending, and everything starts to come together. Now, depending on your skin tone, obviously, the lighter you are, the more you're going to notice it. The darker you are, it takes a little bit longer for you to get that full effect of what's going on. But we build the density slowly. Again, in the consultation or privately, if you want me to send you some more examples of first, second, third sessions, or even if you want me to shoot another video explaining the first session, second session, first session in a little bit more depth, please comment below and I'll be more than happy to do that for you. you. And that's about it, pretty much. So just want to say how SMP can truly transform your look when done correctly. It's important to do it correctly. Now, there is a lot of good artists around the world. You know, you don't have to get your SMP done here, but we're just trying to give you the information that you need, or even if you want to ask someone about it, you know, how it's done, at least you now know. And just make sure you do your research. Make sure you do the research and find someone that's going to give you the look that you want. If you've been on someone's website or my website or anyone's and you like the look of something you've seen, then they're going to be able to achieve that for you, and just have a chat with them. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, share the video to someone that needs to see it. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. All of our details can be found as usual on www.scalpnation.co.uk. See you on the next one.